Okay, so to answer the discussion question this week on what a good manager is, I have spent 3 years total at Chick-fil-A. I worked my way up from just base level employee all the way to a team lead. In those years, I served as a team lead for about a year at my Chick-fil-A where I live, and then when I came to DB, I was also a team lead. But in that, I've seen a lot of leadership, and I think I have a pretty good grasp of what I think a good leader is. But also reading through the chapter and looking at just kind of some of the notes you left, and especially the video where it talks about what makes a good manager. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of what I think it is. And so to answer the first question, it says, what makes him or her special? I think my favorite example was a guy named Jonathan Chappell at my Rockwell Chick-fil-A, and he embodied what I thought a good manager should be. He first of all, like in the video, it talks about that a good manager creates a safe space. I felt like I could talk to him about anything, whether I was going through something, and it wasn't just let me listen to you and then get to work. It was oh, you've had a really, really rough day. Let me put you in a position where you're not gonna have to deal with issued customers today. I can afford to do that. We have the spare people. I care about you beyond just the fact that you work for me. And so he cared enough about me to do that for me. Now, he also understood the other two concepts that we talked about, efficiency and effectiveness. And so in that, I felt like he balanced those really, really well. And sorry I keep glancing over. I'm just glancing over at some stuff I have written down. And I'm actually going to pull the definitions of efficiency and effectiveness from the chapter. And it says efficiency is a measure of how productive resources are used to achieve a goal. He was very efficient. He knew how to look at what we had and to use them very, very well. People are a resource. He didn't see us that way, but he understood that we are a part of that, and so we are needed to execute the goals of Chick-fil-A. Now, Chick-fil-A has very, very high standards for customer satisfaction, efficiency of the drive-through, and then quality of food that we're putting out, and the speed at which you get in and out. And so he understood how to create a safe space for me, but he also understood how to effectively use each and every person. I'm a very, very bubbly, outgoing kind of guy, and so I typically was put on any position where I was going to have to make contact with people. I often was not put on bagging. I could do bagging really, really well, but I'm a really bubbly person, so I was put outside taking orders. I was out handing food out. I was double checking customers. Like, that was where I excelled. Because I talk really good to people, and I'm very people oriented. So he knew that about me and then positioned me that way. We have some really quiet, reserved people. Now, absolutely, he pushed us to do our best. Like, he wanted us to achieve things beyond what we thought we could achieve. That was another good thing about a manager, is they understand how to push their employees to be the very best and beyond what they think they can do, because he sees more than that. But he was very good at taking the resources and using them well, and using them to the best, as well as just managing food. Fortunately, Chick-fil-A never really had issues with running out of resources. I'd say the managing style at Chick-fil-A could be different than, I have a limited number of money to put. He had to deal more with resources and people. And then effectiveness is a measure of appropriateness of the goals and the manager selected for the organization pursue and degree which the organization achieves those goals. He didn't set the goals. That would be Jonathan Gallagher. That was our boss, and he also was an incredibly good manager. When I became a team lead, I had to read a book and write an essay over the book, and so he really pushed me to be the very best leader I could be and see greatness in me. But that's enough about him. He set goals for us. Every month, we always had, here's our customer satisfaction goal, here's our estimated speed goal, here's our number of customers through the drive-through in a given hour goal. And so he had goals set up each month that were achievable, but required effort. We weren't going to be able to go easy, take a break that month and hit them. We had to work for them, but they were achievable and we did hit them, and that standard continued to either stay the same. I think our customer satisfaction goal was like a 96 or 97%. And so that was our goal, and we hit that very consistently because of the standards that we held ourselves to. Let's see. I'm just making sure I answer everything in that question. What is it they do better than anyone else? I think I've already said this, but both Johns at my previous work, and I could name a lot of my managers, or as we quoted them, directors, was their role. I could name quite a few of them that I loved, and I thought they managed and directed really well, purely because they saw me for more than just a person for a job. Like, I was more than just a resource. I was a person. And because of that, when I showed up to work, instead of being like, oh, I'm just doing it for the money. And let me be real, I have a job because I wanted to make money at the time. But I showed up to work and I said, man, they care about me. And they care about me beyond me just being a person to work for. And so because of that, I had a desire to work really hard, and I wanted to do the best for them because they wanted to do the best for me. And so that relationship drove me to work really, really hard each day and to push myself to be the very best. And that's why I ended up achieving team lead and going that far, is because they called stuff out of me and I continued to work that way. So hopefully that answers your questions. I would also love feedback on if this style and the way I approach this is the way you want videos in the future.